Let's get this party started. We're going to be talking about open houses. We've got some processes and systems for you. Number one is how to have a successful open houses, all the steps involved. And then the thing we all miss, which I did a whole video on, is the follow-up, right? What drips, how to connect with people, and how to engage with them. I want to introduce the two people with me today. I've got Mark Rader. He's a productivity coach at our Keller Williams office here in Westlake Village. And he's also a business partner of mine on Tristan and Associates. And he's also a coach for all of our team members for those coaching clients that we have that have brokerages and teams. Well, he's the one that coaches all of the team members. Welcome, Mark.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for having me, Tristan.
Dude, thanks for being on. And Dan and I have known each other for, I think, 5-6 years, Dan, maybe around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And when we were working together for a while, he was on the LCA side, Lab Coat Agents, for a little bit. Then we transitioned him over to A Brilliant Tribe, and now he's helping with really directing the creativity that we have in social and helping some of our bigger clients transition into creating communities and growing that presence. So Dan, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
So feel free to chime in at any time. I've got some things I want to outline and share with you. Obviously, I'm always sharing things. This is the first sheet we're going to share. You guys are familiar with mega open houses. It's not a term that we created. I'm going to just share it into the channel right here. There you go. Let me know if you can open that. I need some thumbs up in the chat or happy faces, or just tell me yes.
It works on my end.
For me.
Awesome. All right. So here's what we're going to do. There's 9 steps here, and then we're going to go into the follow-up. What we want to do is remind you, number one, that open houses are absolutely insanely valuable in the market we're in right now, as we've transitioned all throughout the United States into a more of a balanced market. It's still a seller's market in most areas because homes are still selling fast if they're priced right. But what we're seeing they're staying home, they're staying on the market a lot longer. And so it gives us the opportunity to hold more open houses. And so let's go right back into this. And I think the key into this is really preparation for you to be able to connect with more people, preparation for you to use this opportunity of having the open house to have a deeper presence on social media. What I hate seeing, and I know you hate this too, guys, is TBC. Do you guys know what TBC is? Anybody want to take a stab at what TBC is? Mark, Dan, TBC. It's an acronym, obviously. Or anybody else in the chat. Give me, what is TBC? To be continued, to be confirmed. Those are all good guesses, but I don't want to see TBC. So, all right, looks like you guys aren't guessing here. TBC is terrible broker content. Yeah, to be canceled. Kim, that's a bad one. Yeah, I don't want to. Terrible broker content is what I don't want to see. And I see that all the time. It's like, I'm at an open house, check it out. There's my name and my sign. I'm Tristan, and I'm just going to take you through the home. No, nobody wants to see that garbage. I want you to think about what type of content you're going to be putting out there. And so the very first one, here it is. Create a short form 60-second video and email, right? So that you can send it out to all of your database and letting them know, hey, I'm going to be at this property. This is what I enjoy a lot about the property. This is why I love this home. And depending on where you are, you have opportunities, whether there are hiking trails, places to eat, schools, park, things about the home itself. There's a lot of opportunities, but you just have to dig in and say, hey, these are the things I love about the home. I hope I see you there. And we don't do that enough because guess what we do? We just pop up signs and then we just show up and then we're like, okay, where's everybody? Right? There's no actual thought into producing an amazing open house.
Tristan.
Mark, go ahead, shoot.
Sorry,
Dan.
that video, do we have to look as good as you look now?
Dude, like if you can.
It's impossible.
If not, it's okay. I forgive you.
Like what kind of video setup for just for that short form video? What do we have to do?
Here's what you do. And great question. pop up your camera. You can do it horizontal or you can do it vertically. If you do it vertically, it'll be a lot easier to post right after into Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, and Instagram Reels or TikTok. You're going to go up and you're going to say, hey, everybody, I'm going to be in this vicinity and I want to show you the park here. You see that over there? And depending on if you know it or not, right? When I go to school with my kids, this is the park we pass by. Or if you're at a restaurant or we're hiking trails, you know what else? I'm having an open house here. You see that house all the way over there? I'm having an open house on Sunday and then you can say whatever. I'll see you there. There's one thing I really love about the house, and I hope you're there so I can show you what that is. I want you to start bringing in the things that you can do in a neighborhood, right? The things that connect the audience to why they should go there. And it's just getting you into a habit of actually doing it as well. Great question, Dan. It can be your phone. Mark.
Tristan, what services do you recommend for the email portion of that to email it out?
Great question. If you don't have a database yet on email, the easiest place to go to is MailChimp. MailChimp lets you get a free account for up to 2,000 contacts. And there are a few other ones that allow it for free as well. MailChimp just seems to be the easiest one to use for us. Dan, you've used a lot of email providers for newsletters. What do you use? Just MailChimp or Constant Contact? What is it?
MailChimp is probably the baseline, like you said. And I'm blanking on the other one that we used specifically for. What do we use specifically for?
I think we used ConvertKit, didn't we, for a while? But I don't know if it's
checked out ConvertKit a little bit. I don't think it's free.
SendGrid, ConvertKit, MailChimp, and ActiveCampaign.
ActiveCampaign. That's my go-to is ActiveCampaign.
All right.
Yeah.
And then just check.
I don't know if it has a free. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Good point. Constant Contact is great, Gail. You can do that. I just don't remember if they have a free option. So just check for that. If you don't mind paying, Constant Contact is great. Now, what I want you to do is that video, I want you to send it out 48 hours before the open house. And the key to this is also give it enough time to, hopefully it hits some people on social media. And you've got 4 places you want to do that short video in. Number 1 is Instagram Reels. Number 2 is TikTok. And it's in no order, right? TikTok. Number 3 is Facebook Reels. And number 4 is YouTube Shorts. What you want to do is use a title that can engage the local audience, right? And it can be the address, but better, it can be about the specific track or neighborhood or having to do with the area. I think that's what you want to do with that title. Because at the end of the day, right now, social is really favoring those people that put local content in there. So remember that. And if you have a question, type it into the chat or throw it into the Q&A. We'll be happy.
You mentioned TikTok, IG Reels, YouTube Shorts, and the last one was
Facebook Reels.
Facebook Reels.
You got it. And then you can put it on LinkedIn as well, but where we typically gravitate to are those 4 short video outlets. That's what you want to do. And then you email it out as well. Email that video out, right? Have multiple uses for that simple short video that you just did. And for those people that are locals or maybe past clients that are interested, text it. We have that texting feature as well. So number 2, create a Facebook, Instagram boost or ad for the open house. Now this is where you can either use that same video and now put $5, $10, $20 behind it and boost it on TikTok. You can now actually do it on TikTok as well. Instagram, it's a lot easier to do it on Instagram than any other place. And then Facebook, right? YouTube's a little bit more complicated when it comes to it. But if you're going to pick one, I would either pick putting money behind it. Easiest one is Instagram because you could literally do it in the app within 5 simple steps, boosting it. That's number 1 place. Number 2 is TikTok if you can do that. But you already shot the video. Why not put $5 to $10 behind it, all in a radius around that neighborhood, right? And the minimum radius you can pick on Facebook, which is Instagram, is 15 miles. So you're going to have to stick to that 15-mile radius, which is not bad, right? Just make sure that the video is as engaging as possible, Because if it's you just doing what you do normally, then that's the whole thing when I talk about TBC, right? Terrible broker content. You don't want that crap. All right, let's go back to our little area. Target audience for 3 days. We typically do Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. If your open house is on Sunday, and remember, it takes sometimes up to just a little over 24 hours for Facebook to approve that post. So make sure that if you're going to do this, you start it on Tuesday, because your post may not be approved until Thursday morning or mid-Thursday. So know that. Any questions on that, guys? Any questions I'm missing? Nope. Good. All right. Number 3, 2 days before the open house, go door knocking and invite the neighbors. Geez, how hard is it? You're investing all of this time putting up the signs, which I hate doing. I hate putting up open house signs. Mark, do you enjoy it?
I remember we looked for a company to do it for us.
That answers my question. You hate it. Dan, does it look like real estate agents love putting up open house signs?
I'm going to say it's a hard no.
Okay, good. Does anybody hard no. Anybody in the chat? I want to know. Do you enjoy putting up the open house signs? I always feel like it's awkward. Like I'm taking it out of my trunk. I have to walk across the damn street. Okay, Jacob, you're crazy. So we're literally the worst part. Alex,
Jacob and Alex should start a business. I mean,
you should. You love it.
They'd be rolling in it.
Dan's entrepreneur side's already thinking. Like, I'm gonna contact Jacob and Alex. Oh, geez, it's the up and down, right? So here's the thing. When you're putting up these signs and then you're taking them down, and we're talking about multiple signs here, you're already investing time an hour before, 3 hours during, typically, okay? And then an hour after. Why not do it right from the beginning? Why not go and door knock for an hour, either a day before, 2 days before, the day of? Just let the neighbors know that you're going to be there, just for the purpose of them understanding who you are and what you're doing to get that home sold. Because the world that you came into 2 years ago through COVID, where the market was doing amazing, that shifted. We have to put a lot more work into the things that we do now. So whether or not you're going to, this is how easy it looks. This is how easy it is. Mark, you've done this. This is the flyer of the property, right? It tells you what time it is, a little bit about the home, a little bit about you, maybe the stats on the back end. You're door knocking, you're like, hey, Mark, it's Tristan. Just want to let you know, and all the neighbors, we're having an open house on Sunday. Hope to see you there. And then if you have some food, if you have a raffle, let them know. You give it to them. Mark, I'm giving it to you. Now you're like, oh, thanks, right? And then now I'm going to ask, so how long have you guys been here? Just get them talking. Mm-hmm. Because at the end, you really want to connect with them further through your newsletter, through engaging somewhere else, because chances are really, really small that Mark's going to say, hey, Tristan, I'm actually thinking of selling my home. Has it happened? Yes. But I mean, chances are really small. You want to build relationships everywhere you go, right? That's the key to that. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, two things real quick that I want to touch on this. One, I love doing this in that invitation process. Whenever you're passing it out and meeting them for the first time, mention that you're holding a special open house time for them 30 minutes before it all starts, exclusive for the neighbors. 2 reasons. One, it gets all the looky-loos and the neighbors in first and leaves all the prospects after, right? So you can focus your time and shift gears. Number 2,
I love that.
Feel special, right? And number 3, don't forget about the 10-10-20 rule.
Give me the 10-10-20 rule, Mark.
I got you. Stats show that whenever a house goes up for sale or when the house sells, that there's going to be one property, either 10 houses to the left, to the right, and the same thing across the street that goes up for sale within 12 months.
I love that. And that's true.
You know why? Be the agent for that one.
Well, that's because people always copy other people. They're like, hey, I didn't know that we could get that for our home. That literally just happened across the street from me. Some guy put their home on the market. It went under contract for a crazy price. Literally the home across the street from them put it up for the same price, saying, damn, I didn't know we could sell it for that. We didn't get the listing, so don't worry. Which sucks, Mark. We didn't get it. But look, going along the lines of what Mark is saying, we go up here And for about an hour or an hour and a half in the neighborhood with an invitation, you can also add a gift card voucher saying, hey, look, if you stop by, we'll also enter you into winning whatever it is that you're giving out, right? We typically do that for the first big open house for that specific property, like the very, very first open house. If it's a continuous open house, we stop doing that, right? Number 4, on the very first open house that you do, we do mail outs. So 200 neighbors to a special 1 to 2 hour pre-open house. And then that same flyer, Mark, that's where we can door knock it around the neighborhood with that specific flyer and say, hey, we just got this listing. It went live 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. We're having an open house. And just for the neighbors, we're offering this. Here's the flyer, or here's the postcard. Do me a favor, bring this with you, and then we'll enter you to win whatever it is you're going to win, depending on the neighborhood, right? Depending on what your price point is as well. So, Dan, would that entice you if I'm giving away like a brand new TV and you're a neighbor? I'm like, hey man, if you want to stop by, we'll enter you to win a TV, 50-inch. Yeah. All right, I like that. I'll bet Tristan is going to share that playbook with us, possibly. Yes, the playbook. Here we go. All right, next. Put out 20 to 30 signs. I mean, Mark and I have talked about hiring somebody, right? Hire someone for $50 to do it. Make sure it's not you. I put that in there because I don't want you to do activities that drain you. I don't want you to have to put up. I mean, at one time, Mark, remember that time we had to split up to do one open house because it was a massive open house. It was like a $5 million listing. And it was like, we had to put up 70 signs.
We had a jazz band come through, like champagne. And that was great. We
had to split up.
It was like 25, 30 signs. We all met up and we all like just went in different directions and then came back.
And that was terrible.
It was crazy. It was a good open house.
Was awesome. Open house was awesome. But I don't want you to have to do that. So I want you to start thinking a little bit further out and saying, I wonder who I could hire that has a truck and the motivation to help me on the weekends to put up the signs and to bring down the signs. That's how you start leveraging, because I want you to focus on the actual open house and creating the relationships. When you have to go out and put signs and then bring them down, guess what that does to your time for follow-up after, right? You're going between signs and picking them up, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're a new agent, Jessica, that is right. You have to earn it. You have to go out and put the signs yourself and take them down. That's just the way it is, unless you jump into a brokerage that does it for you.
One thing I want to say too as well is with that whole notion. One thing I tell all the agents that are new that I coach, it's actually a perfect opportunity for you to tag along with an experienced agent and host an open house for them or with them by offering to put up the open house signs. 1, to learn, and 2, chances are the experienced agent probably doesn't want to do it. So the fact that you're offering it means that they'll probably have you tag along their open house and maybe get some leads.
I love that. Great point. Great point. All right. I just put up the link again to this. So there it is. We still use huge flags. More importantly, if you're doing this with a whole bunch of signs, do me a favor, because we've lost signs. This is from pure experience. Map out where the signs will be, because you will leave signs out and you will get weird calls in the middle of the night saying, I saw your sign. And yeah, you don't want that. Number 6, it's always a good idea to local company advertising to help raise awareness. So if your friends, and I don't know if you are or not, but if your friends are connected to local businesses that can help you promote this, even better. I'll give you an example. Mark and I always go to, and Dan, if you lived out in California, we'd chill more. Mark and I always go to the Ragamuffin. That's where we meet. That's like our coffee place.
The best avocado toast ever.
Great avocado toast.
Very California.
Very Dude, what the hell? Wait, what do you guys eat in Florida? What is like the go-to? What is it?
Well, in Atlanta, just some good Southern barbecue or
and sweet tea lemonade.
Sweet tea, all that stuff. Yeah.
All right.
But I'm originally from New York, so my answer should be pizza.
Waffle House.
I love Waffle House.
Oh, that's true. No. See, that's New York that comes out of me. Waffle House is the worst.
Oh, dude, you know what? Stop talking.
I know.
That's it. We're shifting
I
back.
can't say that too loud.
Shifting
Like
back.
my neighbors will like attack me.
Chuck says the best avocado toast. All right, so look, we've got this place called the Ragamuffin, and I go there. I go there too much, but to the point that they all know me, and I've advertised them. I've done posts on them. I've gotten them business. Now, if I need to advertise anything, be like, hey guys, I'm having an open house. Is it okay if I put my flyer here or if I put it over there about they're like, yeah, of course, Tristan, right? Those are the businesses that I'm talking about. And the friendlier you can get with a lot of the businesses close by, the more they'll allow you to do that, right? So number 7, have an escrow. We have an escrow company. You can have a different company, but escrow, home warranty, inspection, title, whoever can, right? Legally, company help with food and the layout. In a lot of cases, especially the very first open house that you're doing that's massive or bigger, and if it's your listing, then invite all those partners that you have, whether it's a home inspector, and if you can, in your state, title or escrow or attorneys or home warranty, whoever it is, say, hey, this is my plan. I'm going to do this bigger open house and I need you to invest in it and it's going to cost this much. I want you to bring this. I want you to bring that. Think of a mini event. That's what you're doing when it comes to these open houses, right? Judith came in a little bit late. We'll see the replay. This is recorded. We'll send this out to you. And then just for you, Judith, there's the link again to what we're going over right now. That's number 7. Number 8, use Open House Pro or any other app for sign-ins or whatever it is that you feel comfortable with using. The point is, you've got to have people sign in. And it can be something like, hey, use the iPad to sign in, right? Just for safety purposes, or do what I do. I don't typically do it that way. Is you walk with them and you get their information as you're walking through them. So it's almost more organic that way. The point is you have to, if you can, get their information. And I know at some point, some of our agents, Mark, they don't feel comfortable letting people in, strangers into homes without getting information as to who it is that's coming through the home, right? And that's for safety purposes. Mark, what do you think on that?
Yeah, for me personally, I kind of let the owners tell me what rules they want to have. Usually, honestly, typically with all the sellers that I've worked with, they don't really mind. They just say, do the open house, sell the house. So what I like to do is I like to have them come through and I like to provide value to them, right? Offer to send them properties that are off market, try to kind of see what they're looking for if this is not the house for them. And every time, like 90% of the time, 95% of the time, they'll give me their information. And I just plug it into my notes on my phone.
Easy.
I don't really do the open house sign-in thing unless I'm instructed to by the seller, which is very rare.
I usually do it organically as I'm walking with them, just like you. So very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Very good point. All right, number 9, and then we're going to go through the follow-up, which we got a few minutes for. Number 9 is really if you're not going to do anything else, we'll follow up with them this way. And if you're done, your job at the end of the day, Dan, I'm done with the open house. And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to be like, hey, everybody, thanks for stopping by, right? Or, hey, thank you for stopping by the open house and then you tell them what the open house was at location, because chances are they went to more than one, right? And then you say, thank you so much for stopping by. Look, if there's anything that you're looking for, let me know. It's just so you can communicate and they know who you are. And this is what we do. Mark and I do this really well. We have a brokerage of about 300 people, and every now and then we have some agents that say, hey, you know what? I might have a seller looking to sell a home, but they don't want to put it on the MLS yet. We come across those. So let us know what you're looking for. We'll be happy to send you anything that looks like that along the way. So, Dan, I'm sending it over to you. Now I'm giving you value at that point, right? Mark?
That's literally the pick and shovel out of this whole thing. If you are nervous about getting someone's contact info or if they're giving you pushback, that, like, no joke, 95% of the time they will give you their phone number, a legit one or a legit email or both, if you offer that. And honestly, it's a really good a way to communicate and connect with people at open houses. Shows a lot of value.
I like that. And Deborah, check out what Deborah said. I don't think I've ever heard this. Deborah, this is good. I've heard QR codes on the front door. They can't get in. They can't get in unless they've scanned it. Ooh, I like that. That's a really good one. Scan it, give me your information. You're in. Boom. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. All right. So now let me share with you what should happen. This is what you should do when you're done with the open house. Because the biggest challenge I see across the board all throughout the United States when it comes to agents hosting open houses is the follow-up. They say, "Oh, I just can't get a hold of the buyers anymore," or "I didn't follow up correct. I only followed up one time." These are the open house strips that we put into a tech company called Agent Legend, right? And we use Agent Legend because it allows you to drop the voicemail, text, email, video text, all these different forms, right? And so it just becomes so much easier for us. And yes, I'll drop that in here right now. There it is. So here's what happens. We got 15 days all the way down. Not every day they're communicated with, but this is what it looks like. I'll give you an example. This does not shut off, right? So if you're using Agent Legend, we use the option to not shut off. There's one that says, hey, if they text back or if they respond, it shuts off. This one doesn't. Day one looks like this. I'm only going to go through day 1 and 2. You can go through all of them on your own. Day 1, it's a voicemail. It says, hey, again, it's Tristan. Thanks for visiting the open house I hosted. I have a little bit of an idea of what you're looking for, so I'm going to send you some homes based on that. Let me know what you think. I'll also text you. Have an awesome day, and thanks for stopping by. Then a minute later, they get a text that says, hey, Mark, just left you a message. Thanks for stopping by the open house today. I have a couple of homes that you might like. Do you want me to text that or email it to you? Now, the point of that is not that you actually have 2 homes for them. The point is that you need them to communicate back to you so that when they do, you can go find 2 homes that may match what they're looking for. Because as soon as you send it to them and they respond back, now you can say, hey, Mark, you know those 2 homes I sent to you? Did that match what you're looking for, or what should I change? A lot of the times we think just because we're texting something, that's going to be the solution. But the key is that it has to go back and forth. Because as it grows, as this back and forth grows, you start identifying what it is that Mark actually truly needs, right? So you go back to this, and then you go to day 2, an email and a text. And then this is what we use. You can change it if you want. Just tells them, again, off market, because we do have a large brokerage. And then at the end, 5 p.m., we set the time that these go out. It says, hope your day was great. I know you're still looking for homes out there. You might find this article useful. And we're always changing up that article. It could be about inflation. It could be about buying in this current home market. It can be about whatever you want. The point is that this is automated. And we remove this from our hands, because we know that we're always all of us are going for the lowest hanging fruit. You might miss one of these open house leads that'll connect through one of your great texts or emails or anything that you're sending out. The point is, you've got to put this into place, because a lot of us are failing after we've invested so much time in these open houses. It's the biggest thing I hear all the time. It's like, I just don't know how to follow up. I wish I would have followed up more. They're just not getting back to me, right? That's because you're not giving value. Dan, if I text you, hey, thanks for stopping by the open house. All right, listen, can you tell me a little bit more about what you're looking for? Chances are you're probably you're hearing this from like 3 or 4 other real estate agents that you stop by. There's no value.
Right.
So I'm looking to connect with you by giving you real value. Like, what are you looking for specifically? Probably something that other agents aren't giving you, right? And connecting with you in ways that other agents aren't connecting you with. So this is why video is the best way, and then consistently giving them value through a few days. So look, we coach on the side, right? We're doing this for free because we feel like the market has shifted for a lot of agents and they don't know where to get business from. That's the idea behind this. One of the things we do with a Brilliant Tribe is also coach. And we do group coaching, we do team brokerages. I mean, we've coached some of the biggest teams and brokerages. But if you need group coaching or you need one-on-one, let us know. Our team just put up the link up there. I think they put it up there. Azucena did. And look, you'll probably end up talking to one of us. And if not, you'll probably talk to one of our amazing people, but we're going to keep on doing this weekly. And now we're going to have Dan on these. So Dan's on the consumer side, since he doesn't hold a real estate license. He is absolutely brilliant on the social media side, though, on the digital marketing side. So he's
and
awesome.
he loves Waffle House.
That's what I heard. I heard he loves Waffle House too. And avocado toast.
I do like avocado toast.
You like avocado toast. Now you like it.
Yeah, it's just very
30 minutes ago you didn't.
Yeah,
you didn't like it. We're making fun of us. Oh, I love it. So any takeaway, guys? Mark as a real estate agent and Dan as the consumer. Any takeaways?
Yeah, whether you're new or whether you're seasoned, honestly, open houses have been tried and true. That they are a great source of business. Get out there, do them. Maybe slightly shift some of your tactics. Try some of the things that we share with you today. Let us know how it works out. Message us on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever. Let us know if anything worked for you that we talked about today. We'd love to know. Okay.
I think from the consumer side, and just even what you mentioned, Tristan, having done sales type things in the past, it's always nerve-wracking to kind of get information. But if we're following the steps that you gave and we're actually giving value, then there should be no nerves, right? Because we know that if we get their information and we're going to follow up with them, we're giving them a tremendous amount of support that they might not get it otherwise. So from a consumer side, I would definitely appreciate that as well too.
Yeah.
So
I love that, dude. I love that. All right, everybody. Thanks for being on. Let's see what we got here. Anything we missed? Thank you so much. Always informative. I shared the open house steps right there. Alberto, you got it. Thank you so much. Extremely helpful. Great info. Marilyn loves our team. Thank you so much. I love that. And Elizabeth, I have 2 open houses weekends. Oh, hell yes, Elizabeth. We got to know how it went next week when you're here. By the way, everybody, can you just do me a favor? It's the same time every week on Tuesdays. Just put it as a schedule, 30 minutes every Tuesday, 1 p.m. Pacific. 4 p.m. Eastern? Damn it.
Yeah.
Dan, what time is it in Atlanta? 4 p.m. Eastern. Waffle House. What time is it at Waffle House?
There it is.
it's 4 p.m. It starts at 4 p.m. at Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Waffle House Central Time.
I love it. And we're always bringing you the things that are actually working for us because we're working agents. Dan is a digital marketer. That's why we brought him on here. So it's only going to get harder out there and we're going to make it easier for you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.